Hey, I am preparing this. I'm going to turn myself up just to make sure you guys can hear me. So, I just wanted to prepare this video to give you a little bit of information about the changes that Mary Kay's made and how that might affect you and some options for you. And I wanted to do it so that I could show you how to do the setup of what you might want to do. A couple of things that has changed effective December 17th. So in the past, and some of it's the same, but in the past, you had to order 450 retail, which cost you 225 wholesale, and you had to do that at least one time a year. That is still the same. That is still the same. At least one time of year, you have to do that in order to stay a consultant. But there's going to be a little nuance on that that I'll explain in a moment. Also, to stay active, and this is still really the same, but there's going to be a way to make it a little easier for you. You to stay active means that you have ordered within the last 90 days, basically. So if you order in the month of January, it doesn't matter what day you order. You order on January 1st, you order on January 17th, you order on January 31st. I think there's 31 days in January. Um, that is considered your active 1 month. And then as soon as it goes over to February, regardless of what day you ordered in January, then you're active 2 in February. And then when it goes to March, you're active 3 in March if you don't do a whole other order in February that's 450 retail. So within that time frame, all the way through March 31st, you have always been able to order any amount you wanted to, and still get 50% off if you wanted to do that. That is still the same. However, there's a couple of changes that have been made. Number one, now you can order $100 retail if you happen to not be in an active month. So say you did order that in January, and then that made you active in February and March, and then you didn't order 450 during February or March. And so starting on April 1st, that then you're considered inactive. Okay. And that's the same as it's been. But now what they're going to allow you to do in the month of April is if you wanted to go in and order $100 retail yourself, then you would just get 30% off instead of 50% off. And it would allow you now to say you decided to do that on April 1st, and then you decided again to do that again before the middle, before the end of April, and you decided, well, I'm going to up that a little bit and I'm going to make sure I hit 450 retail. It's going to let you count those orders together and accumulate, which it did not allow you to do in the past. So it didn't even allow you, if you ordered $100 in the past, you'd just be paying full price if you weren't active. And so now you at least get 30% off if it's at least $100 retail, which means $50 wholesale, your cost. So the other thing that has changed, and this is what I want to show you how to set up, is you can now have what they call a My Shop account. So even if you're a consultant that you're manually ordering to get your products half off, and maybe you order for a few people and you wouldn't mind selling to a few people, but you're not really interested in trying to carry the inventory, then there's a new option for you. So it's called My Shop, which is really the same. So if you have ever had a website, a Mary Kay website, even if it's not active right now, it would be the same as your website address. Or even if you have had one, but you haven't set up your My Shop account yet, it's going to be the same as your personal website where your customers could go shop for on your website, but it's now being called My Shop. It is free to sign up for My Shop. And you may or may not in the past have also signed up for ProPay, which allowed you to charge credit cards if someone ordered off your website and they chose to pay on your website, or if you were taking a card like one-on-one, if you were selling to someone, you could have had a ProPay account, which you may have paid for in the past or not, depending on when you signed up. So now what they're doing is for the My Shop account only, they are using what they're called Stripe, which is a company that handles credit card payments. But what's going to happen if anyone orders off your My Shop account, that order is automatically they have to pay on your Stripe account or on your My Shop account, which will go through Stripe. And then what will happen is that money's not just stored in a Stripe account like we used to store the money in ProPay. It will automatically go to your checking account that you're going to put in when you set up your My Shop account. And so the profit automatically just goes into your account. So what happens is if anyone goes into your My Shop account, they can order Mary Kay products. You get credit for that, but that those orders are sent and mailed directly to that customer from Mary Kay, whatever the closest distribution center is to that person, depending on where they are in the United States. And they're automatically shipped to them. You can set up, and I'll show you how you want to pay for shipping if you want them to pay for shipping or you pay for shipping. So I'll show you how to set that up. So it's just a different thought process. So what happens if someone goes to your My Shop account? You set up your My Shop account, you have your Stripe set up. Someone goes and finds you and says, "Oh, I know her. I want to buy my Mary Kay from her." And they go to your account or they go to your My Shop account and they order and say you're not active at that moment. In the past, they really couldn't do that. Like they could, but you would have to fulfill that order some way. But now it's going to still be automatically shipped to them from the Mary Kay distribution center. But if you're currently not active, if you're inactive or in a T status, which means it's been 6 months since you've placed a qualifying order, which is 450 retail, 225 wholesale, then you're still going to make 30%. So you're still going to get credit for it. So when you set up the My Shop account, you put in 2 different zip codes. And then when someone is looking for a Mary Kay consultant, it goes 50 miles outside of that radius or whatever, and it finds that person. So for those of you that maybe hadn't set up a website in a while because you're like, well, I don't really want to manage that. I don't want to have the inventory in stock. This is a plus for you because it's free to sign up the My Shop account. You don't have to pay to have the Stripe account. Now, the company will take out any fees or whatever out of that order when that person pays, but then they automatically put the profit minus those shipping fees or whatever out of your account. But you're still making money and you don't have to have the inventory. So I hope that that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain if you haven't really been doing this, but if you have questions about it, then let me know. I'm sending it to you because I thought this might be something you were interested in. If you're not, you don't have to. But I am going to show you really quick how to set that up. So let me share my screen. So I am just in marykayintouch.com. You could do this on your phone if you wanted to. Again, you're just going to go to your browser and go to mk.marykayintouch.com. And then you're going to go to resources and then Connect Hub. And within the Connect Hub, what's going to pull up is what they're calling the new e-commerce experience, which is all these new changes. There's a lot of information here, but which you can read through, watch the videos, whatever you want to do. But really what you're wanting to be able to do is set it up. So it says set up your online shop now. That is the button that you want to push. And then on that screen that just popped up, it gives you a choice between a My Shop or a contact. You can just set up what they call a contact card where they couldn't really shop with you, but they could find you. And so you can do that if you want to. But I'm like, if this is free, you might as well do it this. So see this to the left here is the different areas you're going to set up. So mine is already set up, but I'm going to kind of try to walk you through this. So here you can say whether you want to do free shipping or not on your account. So I have mine set up for free shipping. There's different options. So you can do free shipping for orders $50 or more, $75 or more, or $100 or more. And the only thing that's a little weird to me, and I'm hoping they're going to change this, is you have to set up a start date and an end date, and they're not letting it be more than 30 days hardly. So let me see here. I thought I had this set up to the 7th, 16th or something this month. Let's see. And then I'm doing that to all customers, but you could do it to just those customers that are registered on your My Shop account, or you could say guests, however you want to do that. But so that means you have to come in here and adjust this free shipping if you're offering free shipping. You don't have to offer free shipping. If you don't, then your customer just pays the shipping. If you want to do product discount, I looked at this. It's kind of complicated, but there's options if you want to give a product discount. I'm not doing that. If I'm going to give a discount, I'm just going to have them not order on my Shop account. Beauty e-news comes directly from Mary Kay, and so I have that clicked on. So any customer that registers on my site is going to automatically be set up for Beauty e-news unless they opt out of it. Then you can also select 4 products that you want to show up on your profile page out of what they've got on here. So you can pick which 4 products. Here I put in 2 primary zip codes that are close to me so that those are the ones that are, if they're looking for a Mary Kay consultant, that I'm going to show up for them within 50 miles. Then I just hit save and publish. And then you go over to profile details. If you don't want to type in your own general information, it automatically pre-fills with a set verbiage that just says, this is what I like to provide my customers. I did type in my own little iStory, but you could just leave what the company has if you want. And then if you want to put in if you have TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you can put in the URLs for those. I did put in my Facebook one, and then what language you want, and then you can specify your specialties. And you can pick up to 6. And so you just click those if you want to. If you're kind of like, I just want them to shop on my website and I don't want to have a specialty, you could just put skincare solutions or something, and that is fine because then they're going to look for that. And then you say what you want to display on your information. Like I'm fine with my city, state, and zip displaying my profile information. I want to join my team button because if someone decides they want to join my team, I want them to be able to do that. And I'm connecting guest customers to make a purchase on Mary Kay. So all of that I want. Then I go over here to profile pictures, and you just upload a picture that'll be your main picture on the screen. And then there's kind of like a background behind your picture. You just click which one of these backgrounds you want. Then you click on personal photos. If you would like to, you don't have to. You can upload, I think, 6 pictures that will also show up on your My Shop account. And then this is the part, the Stripe account is where you're going to set your bank account. So mine's already set up, but if it isn't, then it's going to ask you to link your bank. You can link your bank automatically, or it does give you an information to just manually put in your bank information. I did link mine. I have several accounts at that bank, so it kind of linked all of them at once. So I had to go back and unlink and just make sure that it linked just my Mary Kay checking account. So personally, if I were you, I tell every consultant that's going to be collecting money for their Mary Kay business to have a separate checking account. I mean, you can use your own personal checking account if you're not selling very much, but if you are planning to do any, make any money and do taxes, you definitely want a separate checking account. When you don't have a separate checking account, you have no idea if you're making money. So that's why I suggest that. And then that money goes directly in there. And then that would be the only Stripe account. So this is showing where they've already put money into my account 3 times. I was thinking that I'd had 4 My Shop accounts. So I'll go back and look at that. But anyway, it tells me when they've transferred money into my account. But when you go to this section, if you haven't already preset it, it's going to it's going to suggest that you link your checking account. And so that's what I did. And then, so it's automatically putting the money into my Mary Kay checking account. And that has been working fine. Really, that's all you need. The links and downloads, I didn't really do anything with that. So it's just going through your My Shop preferences, your profile details, your profile photos. And once you do that, then it will, I had my same email address that are like my personal email address. If you don't have one, it should then tell you what your new um, personal website is. So it'll be marykay.com slash whatever, like mine is a Botion. But like if you have a common name and somebody already has that, there might be a number associated with it as well. So then you're just all set up for that. And then you can share that My Shop um, address with any of your customers. You can share it on, Facebook or Instagram and say, this is my shop account if you want to shop on here. So that's just something that's new. And so even if you're not a consultant that's selling a whole lot on a regular basis, there would be an advantage to kind of have this so that if anyone ever wanted to shop with you and you're like, I just haven't done that because I didn't want to keep product in stock, you can just send them there. Just make sure they know they're going to purchase from you in a sense. I mean, you're going to get credit for it from the company. You're going to get the profit put into your bank account, but it will be mailed to them directly from Mary Kay. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew about this. If you have any problems with setup or if you have any additional questions about how they're doing the 30% off, 30% off is only if someone orders off your website or if you personally order $100 retail instead of the 450 retail. I mean, if you're anywhere between 100 retail and $449, it's going to be 30% off, which is better than paying full price. And you're not getting the full 50% off unless you order the 450. But it will, like I said, say somebody goes to your My Shop account and they order 200 retail, and then you have somebody else order, and it's all going to let you count up. So if you could hit the 450 in a month and let those orders accumulate, or if you get some My Shop account orders and then you're like, gosh, I want to make sure I'm active, then I'm going to order at least enough myself so that I hit the 450 retail, and then I'm active for 2 more months, which will allow anyone that hits my Shop account or anything I want to order personally, I'm still going to get 50% off. So for me personally, I'm going to always be in a position where I get 50% off, or make the 50% commission, but you do have this option now. So just wanted to share that with you. If you have any questions or problems setting up, just let me know. Thanks so much.